Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cynthia, and as you can see by the title, I am going to be giving you my story on when I was 19 and pregnant. I am so sorry for the bad quality. I am recording off of my phone, and I do have like this little selfie ring that goes around the phone, selfie ring light that goes around the phone. So that's what I'm using. Bear with me until I can actually get a camera. So let's get started. So basically how this goes is I'm gonna tell you guys from like way before I even found out I was pregnant, because there was like suspicions from my family and from myself and stuff like that, but like I was kind of like in denial. So basically this all started off, this was back in 2012. I would say like maybe early March or something. We had gone to the youth fair in Miami. This was back in the days when I used to live in Miami still with my boyfriend and my family. And we had gone to the youth fair. And I remember, you know, we were walking. It was me, my mom, my brother, and my sister-in-law. My boyfriend was actually working with my cousin at the youth fair. So I had to wait a little while till he went on his break so I can, see him and stuff like that. That night, I remember that night, I had gotten all cute or whatever. I was like, oh, I'm gonna see my boyfriend. And once we got to the fair, that we paid our entrance and everything, we got in. And then I can say like maybe an hour like into being there, I started feeling nauseous, and I started feeling like weird, like super sensitive to the light. And I felt like I was gonna have a migraine. I was about to have a migraine and stuff like that. Mind you, this is gonna be in another video about my anxiety and like my whole hypochondriaticness. Um, I was already going through like anxiety attacks at the time, so I thought that it was maybe I was getting one, because I did feel like a little anxious from like the lights and stuff like that. I was feeling like a little bit like weird. So then the lights started bugging me. The carnival lights started bugging me. The food was like disgusting. It was like making me want to throw up. I smelled the elephant ears, everything. And it's crazy because I never for 1 second suspected. I just thought that maybe you had a panic attack a few days ago. Maybe it's just like your body or whatever. So then we're walking, and then I tell my mom and my sister-in-law, I'm like, look, let's stop real quick because I don't feel good. I don't like, the lights are bothering me, and I feel nauseous. Like the food is, maybe it's too many different smells all at once and stuff. When you go to a carnival, you got like hot dogs cooking on one side, corn cooking on the other, arepas and chorizos and stuff like that cooking on another side, and like the sweets and everything all just together, it can make you nauseous. But anyway, so then my sister-in-law goes to me, she's like, do you think you're pregnant?
What the hell?
And I was like, bitch, no. The night continues on and everything, and I started feeling better. And then I'm just like, okay, that was weird. And then I got super, super, super hungry. I remember we ended up buying I ended up buying like an elote. Elote is like a corn that they it's a corn. And I ate that corn, like I swear, like if it was the last corn on earth, like if I was never gonna eat again. And I remember I finally saw my boyfriend and my cousin and stuff. He started walking with me and my family and all that. And we were just walking, like looking around and stuff. We stopped to get food. We would stop to get food, especially me, because I was like freaking starving like every 5 minutes after feeling nauseous and everything. And then but I was like doubting it or whatever. And then like, like the whole pregnancy conversation stopped. Like my mom and my sister-in-law stopped bugging me and stuff like that. We went home. Everything was good. I didn't feel nothing, like the next few days or anything like that. Come like a week later, both my boyfriend and my cousin are off that day. And it was just us at home, and my cousin was in my room with me and my boyfriend, and the three of us, we were just there like talking shit, laughing and everything. And I started noticing that I had to go pee like every 5 minutes. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, do I have like a UTI or something? Like, what the hell is going on? Because I was literally going to pee every 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, whatever, like I'm probably just getting my period or something, because I know when I have a super irregular period, my period can come like for 2 months on, like the exact date, or like at least a day before or after. And, I'll be good for like, like the month and stuff like that. And then sometimes it won't come for an entire month. I was like, okay, I'm just probably getting my period or whatever. It's coming like a week late or something, because I did notice that I was like a week late. But then, I didn't put two and I wasn't trying to put two and two together. And then the next day, after I had gone, after that day, that I was using the restroom like every 5 minutes, I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just getting my period, so whatever. So then the next day comes, and then I noticed that I'm going to the bathroom again, and then like my boobs are hurting. And that's like one thing, like, that's another thing, like when I'm getting my period and stuff. So I was kind of like, okay, whatever. But then I'm here putting like two and two together, like, yo, like I never pee this much when I'm getting my period, and my period hasn't come. I haven't been cramping, nothing. That's another thing. My period can be as irregular as it wants to, but I always get cramps. Like there's not one time where my period's coming and I do not get cramps. So I started looking on the internet, and I was like, frequent urination, nausea, headaches, what the hell is going on? And then the first link that popped out was like first signs of pregnancy or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, no, like, no, I'm not pregnant. I can't be pregnant. And the days started going by, I started feeling like normal, and I was like, okay, whatever. My sister-in-law was still bugging me, like, you should take a pregnancy test. My mom was bugging me. She's like, ¿Estás segura que no estás embarazada? And I was like, no. And I see that the week passed by and I didn't get my period, and I was like, I don't like this. So then my mom comes into the room. She knocks on the door and she's like, hey, I'm gonna hit up the store. Do you want to go with me? And I was like, sure, I'll go. Threw on my shoes. I went with my mom. We hit up Dollar Tree, and she needed to get like a few things for like some of like her crafting things. And then I go to her, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a pregnancy test just for the fuck of it. And she was like, okay. She was like, just know that it's accurate. It could be $1, but it's accurate. And I was like, nah, I'm just gonna buy it, like, to mess around or whatever. The next day comes, and I'm like nervous the whole day, because I remembered about the pregnancy test, and I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't want to take it. I was so nervous. And it was just me and my boyfriend, because my mom and my dad had gone out. They went to do, I think, like a bit of groceries or something, or they went out to lunch together or something. My brother was at work, and my sister-in-law was at work. So it was just me and my boyfriend. My cousin had already left. So then I go to him. I'm like, look, babe, I have a pregnancy test, and I think I'm gonna take it because my period is late, and I've been feeling weird and stuff. And then my boyfriend was like he was nervous, and he was like, okay, go ahead. Like, I don't think you're pregnant, but go ahead, take it or whatever. You can take that doubt off of your mind. I go, I do the thing, open the little box, take out like the little thing you pick up the pee with and everything from the cup. And I go and I do my thing, and then I go and like I put like the little drops on the little pregnancy test. And I'm there because it's like taking his sweet ass time. Like, yo, I started sweating in that bathroom. I was like, oh my God. Like, every other time I was like fine with it, but for some reason this time I was like so freaking nervous. And I was like, shit. Like, what if I am pregnant? Like, what the hell? What? So then I wait the 5 minutes and everything. I'm there on my phone. I'm there, like scrolling and stuff like that.
5 minutes later.
I look at the pregnancy test. And then I see the two little lines and I was like, oh my God. It came out positive. I was like, shit, I'm pregnant. Fuck, like what the hell? At that moment, I felt like killing my boyfriend. I felt like I felt like kicking his ass. I started crying and I was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. Like I was scared and I was nervous. I was happy. I was like emotional at the moment. Like I had like 50 million emotions running through my mind at the time and stuff like that. So I go and I start like gathering my phone and like the pregnancy test and everything. And I go to the room and I'm like, I see my boyfriend just sitting there and I'm like, babe. And he's like, what's up? What happened? And I was like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, nah. I was like, I'm pregnant. He's like, nah, you fucking with me. And I'm like, no, I'm not fucking with you. I'm like, I'm pregnant. And I show him the little pregnancy test. I swear this man just like stared at it and like shocked. He was like, oh shit! And all he could do was just like fall back and like he had his arms wide open and he was just staring at the ceiling. I think he was there staring at the ceiling for like a whole freaking hour or something. Like probably contemplating his life or some shit. I don't know. And then and then I'm there like excited, like, oh my God, we're gonna be parents and everything. At first, like when I saw the way he was acting, of course, like any other girl, who gets excited and stuff like that, and she sees that, a guy is acting that way. Of course, millions of things run through your mind and stuff like that. I was like, whatever, let me just, let me give him time. This just like completely changed his whole world because he was actually gonna go to California, for like, his home music business and stuff like that with like, producing and everything and, school and just a bunch of stuff. Like he had something planned for him, he was gonna go out there first, find the place and everything, and then, I was gonna go after and stuff. I grabbed my pregnancy test and I'm still like, staring at it in disbelief and everything, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm like bawling my eyes out. And then I go and I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, where are you? And she was like, oh, I'm with your dad. You were about to get home. And I was like, well, you need to hurry up because I need to tell you something. And she was like, ajá, cabrona, estás embarazada. And I was like, Ma, just get home, please. And then, she started laughing and she was like, okay, we'll be home soon. And then, whatever, we hung up. Those 5 minutes, I swear to God, felt like 2 seconds because next thing I know is my dad, beep, 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 beep. And then, like they both get off the car fast as hell and they come inside and everything. And then all I remember was just like giving it to my mom. And then I'm just there like crying and everything. She grabbed me and then she was like, no, baby, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I'm happy for you. I'm going to have a granddaughter or a grandson soon, God willing. And, my dad grabbed me. My dad gave me a kiss, a hug. He congratulated me as well. And, my, my boyfriend was still like laying back and everything. But then I guess, like he snapped out of it, he got up, he reacted. He got really happy after that. He was super happy, he started rubbing my belly, started kissing my belly, everything. My mom and my dad were super, super supportive. Till this day, they're really, really supportive. My parents have never been the type to, tell me, oh, you can't do that, or I'm gonna get mad at you for this or for that. No, they've never been like that with me. I've always had their support 100% all the way and stuff like that. So I was really fortunate, to have parents who were so supportive and everything throughout my pregnancy. So after that, we called my brother. We called my brother at work. We called my sister. My sister lives in Mississippi. My sister, I swear to you, you probably would have like heard her screams through like every freaking state and shit. And she was like, "Oh, finally, I'm gonna be an auntie." She was super excited. My brother was excited. My sister-in-law, everybody who we told, my grandfather, he was super excited because he was like he was gonna be able to like enjoy like my belly and stuff. And he spoiled the living hell out of me while I was pregnant and everything. So um honestly, yeah, I can't really recall on somebody who got mad over my pregnancy. And if they did, honestly, I don't remember who, because that means I blocked them out. Because I wasn't, throughout my pregnancy, I wasn't trying to have no negativity or anything like that. But yeah, it's crazy because it was just my mom and my sister-in-law were like bugging me like, you're pregnant, you're pregnant, you're pregnant, and I'm here like in denial, like, no, I'm not pregnant. And then I go and I take a damn Dollar Tree pregnancy test, a Dollar Tree pregnancy test, and it comes out positive. Like, that's crazy. Like, I was so young. I mean, I'm still young, but like I was super young, like 19 and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to comment down below on what video you would like to see next. And thank you so much, guys. See you next time. Bye.